simply, I'll use this time to clarify a couple of points, and the witnesses can correct me if I'm wrong. Mr. Lambert, the way the bill currently reads, the board, the Federal Oversight Board, does have the power to approve the final, the fiscal plan of the government of Puerto Rico. It also has the power to approve the budgets approved in turn by the legislature and signed by the governor. So the board does have ultimate authority. The bill defers to the government of Puerto Rico in the right way because it allows the governor to elaborate the plan and submit it to the board, and the board can bring it back and send it back with its comments and recommendations. And so it'll be a back and forth until the board is satisfied that the fiscal plan makes sense. Okay. On the budgets, the process is similar. The governor will submit the budget to the board for review. The board will comment. Once the board blesses the budget at that level, then it goes to the legislature of Puerto Rico. The legislature will do its job. But before it is finally approved by the legislature, the board will take a look at it. And the board can say that the board is not satisfied with the budget as approved by the legislature. So the board will have the final say in a way. What I expect to happen here is that just assume that the governor and the legislature of Puerto Rico will do the right thing. They'll just have this board overseeing them in this process. The same applies, how much time I have, on variances. Variances is, let's assume that the spending, that there's overspending, meaning that the spending is excessive given the budget that is applying. What the legislation does, it requires quarterly reports to the board. And the board can say, when they see overspending, explain to us the variance. And if the explanation is reasonable, and nothing happens. If after multiple tries, the government of Puerto Rico cannot satisfy the board's concerns, then the board can step in. So that's why this is a reasonable model, given that you do have elected officials in Puerto Rico, a governor and legislators. So it does give the board the final say. On the minimum wage, let me say this. The way the bill is drafted, the governor of Puerto Rico is the one that can opt to pay less than the minimum wage to employees 25 years or younger. I personally do not like that bill provision, and I'll tell you why. It'll promote migration out of Puerto Rico because these are U.S. citizens, and if not, they'll not work and they'll simply rely on welfare and the informal economy.
Thank you. Mr. Fleming.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr.